Hi, everybody. It's the Endless Honeymoon Podcast.
I'm your host, Natasha Leggero.
And I'm your co-host, Pat Sajak. And we're coming to you live from the bunker. Got a hot air horn update. I got it. Guys, I got it in the mail. It's a beast.
It's horrifying, Moshe. You have to stop doing it.
It's a behemoth. It's a foot tall. And it's on my Instagram if you want to see it for scale with the other one I've been using. The whole plan was to get one big enough that I could point it away from my child to not cause hearing damage. That's not really an option with this because it hurts from behind. It's so loud. It's for ships, I guess is the best way to describe it. It's for ships. And it reverberates through the neighborhood. I can hear it coming back. I can hear the echo popping back. I promise you, this is not a podcast that's going to be all air horn talk. But in my moment, let me tell you, I felt powerful. It's a much deeper register, too. It's much deeper. It's more percussive. It is one with the earth. It is of the clay of the earth. How you doing, Tosh?
I'm good.
What's going on?
Nothing.
You know we're recording a podcast?
No, I know. I just have been like kind of emotional and like, I just feel like nothing matters anymore.
It's a fine time to tell. You know what you need probably is to order an air horn. It's brought joy into my life. So you're feeling emotional. That is fair to say. Last night, Natasha did begin to cry and say, you just don't care about people's things because she suspected I had worn her headphones. Which I was like, oh, we're at the losing it phase. I see we're at the coming undone phase of the pandemic.
Well, here's the thing. If I have to do dishes for 2 hours and I can't find my special headphones that I love, that are my own personal, gifted to me, like they're not for you.
Let me just
headphones.
By the way, for our listeners, let me just say she does have to do the dishes for 2 hours. That's part of the rules in this family.
No, but I mean, I'm like, and then I saw you wearing them the other day, and I already told you to never touch them because I know that you lose things so easily. Like you've asked me where your wallet and keys are every day we've been together.
It's part of my charm. It's part of my quirky charm.
Well, all I'm saying is the fact that I thought they were missing and I would have to do dishes without like listening to what I wanted to listen to.
Oh, the best part, by the way. The best part wasn't when you were crying. I mean, that wasn't good. I didn't love that. Where you were crying over headphones. The best part was when you, when our 2-year-old said, "Take a deep breath, Mama."
That was amazing.
Yeah.
I can't believe that happened.
Well, they say sometimes it could be that she's really developed, or it also could be that the level of hysteria that you were at pierced through her infant brain and forced her to mature that much more in that moment. Mommy, I'm scared.
No, that was nice that she said. She didn't seem, she was just like reminding me to take a deep breath.
She said something very mature to me this evening, actually. I was very annoyed because we were about to start recording this podcast and we heard from upstairs her screaming. And just, I don't want to break the Hollywood sort of fourth wall, but we do record in our house. So, the baby's upstairs. But she was screaming, "I have to go to the toilet, Father." Well, that's how she talks. And I went upstairs and I was kind of annoyed because we were trying to record. We'd already put her down to bed. And then she got out of bed and she said, "I love you all the time, Daddy." And I was like, oh, this kind of was worth it. And then she sat down and then she looked at me in the eyes and she said, and I quote, "I have to make a big circle caca like a lion." And then she started petting her mane on the toilet. So I don't know.
Wait, that really happened?
All that really happened.
Just now?
Yeah, it all. I just had a load of experiences just now.
Well, I don't know. I'll get over it. I am at the losing it phase, but
I think everybody is, dude. I'm looking online right now. I'm seeing a lot of 5G chatter from people I thought were emotionally and mentally stable. I'm seeing a lot of wellness influencers giving over some stats on the flu vaccine and how it was actually the flu vaccine that caused COVID infections in the first place. Seeing a lot of I think people are losing it all over the place. People on the left, people on the right. Everybody's kind of getting to wits' end. I got a prediction. I think this whole thing's going to crumble. I think we're going to just re-enter society and there's no way to stop it. People are desperate, and we're going to go back, and then we're going to have another
begrudgingly, and everyone's going to be divided.
We're going to have another Slammo, El Slammo.
Well, let's call our guest because she is in, I think, Cleveland, and it's really late there, and she's with her parents, quarantining with their parents.
Who would want to be distracted from a quarantine in Cleveland? Let's give. You know her, you love her. She hosts You Up. She's an amazing stand-up comedian. She's the best. She's our friend. We've been on her show. She's coming on ours. It's Nikki Glaser. Hey, Tosh.
Yeah, Moshe.
You mind if I just dedicate this one to the fellas?
Sure.
Hey, fellas. Do you got that not fire dick? Have you noticed that what was once fire dick has become just a sizzling bunch of embers? Is your member not the burning, roasting fire stick it once was? You got to get that Blue Chew. If you love sex, and I know you do, but maybe you can't use that little thing anymore, get Blue Chew. BlueChew.com offers men a performance enhancement for the bedroom with chewables. Chewables that have the same active ingredients as Viagra and Cialis. BlueChew.com physicians work with you to find the right dosage and active ingredient that's for you. The chewables work faster. They can be taken on an empty stomach. They're made in the USA. You don't have to walk into a doctor. They will send the boner pill to you. Chew it and do it.
Here's a great deal for you guys. Visit BlueChew.com and get your first order free when you use promo code Honeymoon.
Say it slower.
Just pay $5 shipping. That's BLUE Chew.com. Promo code Honeymoon.
Hey, Tosh.
Yeah, Moshe?
I'm not happy.
Why?
You want to know why?
Yes.
Because I, and this is true, have run out of the sample bottle of Function of Beauty shampoo and conditioner that they sent me.
It was like exactly for your hair. You loved it. I'll reorder you.
It was perfect. I loved it. And now I don't have any more, and my hair is looking a frightening mess. Look at this. This is what hair looks like without Function of Beauty.
Function of Beauty is the internet's top-rated customized hair care brand with over 30,000 five-star customer reviews and counting. Curly or straight, natural or processed, Function of Beauty individually formulates every bottle based on your unique hair type. Moshe, you've got great hair.
I got that good hair. It's thick. I went to Function of Beauty. I filled out a quiz, and they sent me a bottle for good hair that's thick. And on the bottle, it said for Moshe. It did. It had my name on it.
It was so cute.
It was cute, and I miss it.
To get started right now, go to functionofbeauty.com/honeymoon to take your 4-part hair profile quiz and save 20% off your first order. Don't spend another minute in hair misery. Go to functionofbeauty.com/honeymoon to let them know that we sent you.
Don't go to a drugstore. That people are there trying to find masks and thermometers. Get your shampoo
delivered to you.
Exactly. To your door. Functionofbeauty.com/honeymoon.
Hello.
Hi, Nikki.
Hi, guys.
How's it going?
Good. How are you?
Oh, we're good. We're in L.A. How's Cleveland?
I don't know if it's Cleveland.
Are you in Cincinnati? Where are you?
Hilarious. Please. Honestly, I want you both to really try to get it. And I want to hear the
Oh,
process.
wait. I know. It's St. Louis.
Oh, St. Louis?
Good.
It's so different
Yeah.
than Cleveland.
I know.
That wasn't my fault,
Is it?
Nikki. It wasn't my
Is
fault.
it? I don't feel like it is different. Like, I feel like like most people would kind of confuse those. Like, I don't take offense because much like Cleveland, St. Louis, people think is like not that interesting and not that cool. But then when you get there, you realize that they're right. It's not.
Yeah, like
We act like there are cool things here, but it's pretty basic.
no.
you
Last
know?
time I was there, everyone was just trying to show me the arches.
The arches are cool.
But I mean, come on.
No, you got that.
No, the arch is legit cool. Like it is
It
an
is cool.
impressive piece
Okay,
of
I guess I should've
architecture,
gone.
and I am very proud of the arch. And we have the City Museum, which is a great place to bring. It's like one of the coolest museums, like for kids.
It's
I
in the
went
whole
amazing.
there.
country.
It was awesome.
It's amazing.
Wait, I love St. Louis. I'm sorry. I just didn't know where she was.
No, that's fine. But Cleveland is like also that. Cleveland has cool shit. Have you guys ever been to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame when you do hilarities there?
Yeah, wait, did we go to the Rocket? No, we didn't. We didn't make it this time. We tried to go. We had our baby with us, and it was
right.
it was next to impossible. And someone I think got shot outside of our hotel, so we decided to stay in.
Yeah, that typical Cleve.
You know what? That's so stupid, Nikki. I know you're from St. Louis. I just got thrown off because Natasha
I
said
was
you
saying
were
there was a time difference.
quarantined in Cleveland.
Yeah, this is the latest I've been up for like definitely the latest I've been like on, like I'm not, and I used to be on and like doing jokes and like being entertaining at this time of night all the time, and now it just feels so foreign.
I know, and that's why I was like, we have to call her because I know she doesn't want to stay up really late.
But Nikki, you are on.
No, I'm
you're
happy.
On, right?
Oh, I'm fucking on right
Okay,
now,
great,
dude.
great.
Wait, Nikki,
Don't even worry about it.
I was thinking about you today because I was thinking like if I was quarantining, if I was like 17 and there was a quarantine and I was with my parents, I don't think I would be able to like survive. Like I would have escaped, but it seems like you have a really healthy relationship with your family.
You're also not 17, right, Nikki?
I am so flattered that you even that you made that, like, that you thought that 17 was kind of how I'm behaving right now. Like, because I swear to God, I feel 17 again. Like, it seems cliche to say that, but it truly, I am dressing like I'm 17. I think it's like good for my skin and my like I think I just look younger. Like I feel younger because I'm just regressing. But the reason I've been so successful with it this time around, because I've moved back home with my parents like after I moved out before. Like I came back when I was 25 for a year and a half, and I was just still drinking every night. I was just like a totally different person and just like fat and depressed and drunk and like, but I had a great time. Like I was just a piece of shit. And then since being back and not being able to be blackout for most of it, I have had to like really be like work hard to like stay away from them during the day. Like I stay in my dad's office and like work all day and don't see them at all and have pretty good boundaries, I think. But I also am smoking pot chronically. So that's I don't want to miss out on that detail. I'm dealing with a different addiction this time around, but and one that I do brazenly throughout the house. Like my mom had to be like, can you just like not blow it in my face? Like I just like have no like respect that I'm in their house. Like but now I'm going out, you guys, I'm going outside now, and no joke, like, and I go out and I keep setting off the Ring alarm. So they just get an alarm every time. And so do I. I'll be out there and I'll see myself smoking pot like from behind.
They just get like video footage of you like sparking up a blunt out in front of their driveway.
Dude, I should download all of it and make a supercut of all the like times I'm crouched over in the corner, because my mom's getting mad that I do it in the front because like weed is not legal here, and she's like, our neighbors are gonna think you're a druggie, and I'm like, yeah, I am. Like I have nothing to hide.
I thought you quit everything, Nikki.
Yeah, I did for a while. I did for a couple of years, and then I just was like craving being out of my mind again, like, just because I just missed it, and I was like, God, being high is so fun. Like I had such a good time with it. But really, I didn't. It just made me like paranoid and like, but it just like,
How's it treating you in COVID? Oh
my God, it's amazing. I feel like right now it's an antidepressant and like an anti-anxiety. Like I do it I usually am drawn to smoke in the morning when like my day is amping up, just to not get overwhelmed by like, what am I doing? Like I've gained weight, and like all the bad thoughts that start creeping in of like, you need to do this today, you're not going to get it done. I don't know. It like focuses me, and then I can like get some shit done. But then on the other side of it, I think I often have to like take a nap at 3 because I'm like, you have the down from it too.
Well, you should definitely do a bong rip while your mom serves you bacon in the morning. I feel like, just to establish some dominance in the house,
No, but your parents sound cool, Nikki, because it's like my mom wouldn't give me that kind of boundary where I'm like, listen, I'm not going to be talking to you for 8 hours every day.
Oh yeah, your mom woke you.
Yeah.
Did she like wake you up with a banana or something?
No, that's Chelsea, but my mom's just the same.
Yeah.
Like in the sense, like I remember when I was going to college, I was like, I need to I was trying to become a comedian too, and I was like, I need to have an hour every morning to be able to like just write when I was staying with her, and she would knock on the door, and she would be like, you don't want to hang out with us, and you know what I mean, like it.
Yeah, no, I totally know what you mean, and they guilt tripped me a little bit in the beginning of like, I would just overhear my mom telling people how she just works all day and we don't even see her. And I would just kind of clock those things. But I just established early on, I was like, if the door is shut, you must knock. There's no just walking in, because now there's this new thing where they just knock and open. Like there's no come in. It's just like, I warned you, but it's like almost knocking on the open,
Yeah.
So I don't feel comfortable masturbating. I don't have a lock on my door, so I just never feel truly at ease.
Well, they have to do it. That's a two-hander then. So they're knocking with one hand and turning the knob with the other, which is parents are like that. They're the worst. But it is funny that like you immediately. If I was living with my mom, I guarantee immediately when I go over there, even I like start yelling. I like in ways that are so immature. But they're just there, like they. Yeah. I think I said this last episode, but the saying, why your parents push your buttons? Because they sewed them on.
Oh my God, yeah.
It's so true. They're just like immediately.
You should say that every podcast.
I'll say that from now on. Can I come on your show when it's back up
but
and running?
I actually don't like. Hold on. I actually don't like that analogy or that slogan because. Okay, that doesn't make sense why they push them though. Like, if you sew something on, are you pushing it all day?
Well, it's not.
It doesn't answer why they'd be pushing. Like,
no, Nikki, it's not. It's not a tale of a tailor.
It's based on people like why? Because of da da da. So it's based on some kind of like foreknowledge about seamstresses.
No, that's not how I interpret it. I think what it means is the reason they drive you crazy is because their behaviors are the things that made you have things drive me crazy behaviors in the first place. So like almost everything you hate about the men you date is probably related back to some thing that's things like everything comes back to.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, I was just talking about, and I didn't tell you this last night, Natasha, and I hope this doesn't destroy our emotional connection for this podcast. But last night, Natasha started crying because she had suspected that I had been using her headphones. We're having things are rough in the house because of COVID.
Yeah.
We're all getting to our sort of end phase. And
that's definitely a level that everyone can relate to. I like that you shared that.
Are you at the losing it phase, Nick?
Oh yeah, I'm like I'm losing it like by myself because I'm just not in an environment where I can cry and it will be perceived, like it will be handled well. Like talking about childhood, like crying didn't get me anything in my house. So like having any kind of emotion or woe is me moment in this house isn't gonna do what I want it to do. So my freak out moments have been happening privately and but I'm acting very strangely in ways I don't recognize.
Oh, me too.
In ways that scare me and my therapist.
Us too, for sure.
I relate. I completely relate.
Well, no, that's
all right. So what were you saying?
I was going to say that. So that Natasha did that, but this is the part I didn't tell Natasha. When she came in and started crying, my reaction was less than compassionate. I started laughing, and I got I like laughing in a not cool way, and I actually kind of slammed the door when she left. And I realized immediately after the reason I did that was not because she was upset, because I could understand getting to that phase where something that seemingly is meaningless to me is meaningful to her. It was that my mother used to do that all the time, where tears would come where I felt like they didn't belong, like where they didn't make sense. It felt more manipulative.
Right.
And so I was immediately like myself with my mom, 12 years old, and she's crying because of something that felt total. And so that wasn't your fault. That was my fault. And that's why
Wow, that's really awesome that you can even, God, you have the gift that you can even acknowledge that or be open to that interpretation, because that is what it is. And it immediately kind of like forgives the moment. But so many people that are dealing with partners that are being insensitive or like having these moments, like they're not even aware of where these feelings and these behaviors come from.
100%. So many people in the world, I think about that all the time, how many people in the world are just drafting on the fumes of a resentment that or a trauma that they had like 20 years ago, and every decision,
they'll never see it.
They'll never see it. Oh, it's
like
so depressing.
Trump. like everything he does, like everything anyone does, is because of. But it is really a weird, like the way you deal, or the way I am the men I'm attracted to, I am finding. Like I realized getting into this pandemic, like quarantine with my parents, that like the next one we go through, like if there's a say we come back out and then we go back in, the next wave of this, I want a dude. I like want to be with the guy that I want to be fucking the next next quarantine.
Absolutely. Or,
I just deserve that. I deserve it.
Or at least you should be smoking crack when you come back to your parents, just so they can see some progression.
It's either,
you know what I mean?
It's either or. I mean, it's heading in either way because I don't want to do this again. So it has made me like evaluate the way in which I'm choosing men, because clearly it's not working for me. Because if I really want a relationship, I could find one. It's clearly my issue. So what am I choosing? Why am I drawn to it? And how can I teach myself to be attracted to something that's better and will, like, you know, go to the grocery store for me during the next pandemic? Because I don't want to do that for myself. Like, that's what I'm looking for in a man now. Is just like a guy who's like good with like.
Have you heard of TaskRabbit?
Knows how to work a good. Yeah.
You just hire one of those guys.
But Nikki,
we don't have that in St. Louis County.
But Nikki, you're onto something, because I think it's going to shift what women want in a man.
Oh yeah, I want a guy who will knows how to work a gun, like might owns, like has. I've been working on this bit for a while. It's really weird. Like one of my cornerstone pieces of my next hour was about how I want to find a guy that like knows how to build a bunker. And I even offered, I said, if you can prove to me that you have 4/5 of a bunker complete. I was saying this on stage. I was like, I promise you, I'm not even joking. I will blow you tonight. Like, I will begin our courtship tonight if you can prove that you're onto this, because I saw this shit coming.
Right.
And now
you did.
Now,
I did too.
Oh yeah. I've always said this. I'm like, that's why I've been working my fucking tail off, to be honest with you. I want to get rich as fuck so I can afford to survive the next one of these in style. Like I don't want to be homeless. And now that stand-up is gone, I'm like, fuck, I got to learn how to monetize my talent in some other way. Are you guys facing that, like, fear
you
about
think stand-up
being
is gone?
Well, Natasha's doing cam girl work, so we're pretty flush right now.
I mean, you would be like, you would kill it on OnlyFans. We would kill it. Even just our feet, Natasha. Like, I'm really like, I could do it. If some guy wants to like jerk off to a picture of my foot, who gives a fuck? Like, I don't, like, my feet are already out there. You know, I've already gone shoeless.
Wait, Nikki, so what do you think is going to happen in a year? You don't think the comedy clubs are going to start slowly opening?
We heard yesterday that there are 3 comedy clubs that are already beginning to make offers to comedians.
Wow.
In Texas.
And that they're going to be like turned down by like 40 to 60%. I mean, can you imagine?
Georgia. Can
you imagine playing one of those like massive improvs, but the seating arrangement is such that...
Is that what they're doing? I mean,
yes,
I was wondering
like
if they're just going to...
A 600-seater with 100 people in it, all spaced out.
People don't understand. Like, that already sounds bad, but like to the layman who's listening and is not a comedian, the reason comedy works and comedy clubs work is because people are packed tightly, and like you need people to be together. It's like one of the fundamental pieces of why stand-up works.
In comedy,
is that people are inspired by each other.
Yeah, in comedy we call it infectiously close, right? We call it COVID distance. That's what we call it.
No, you're so right. Like, even if like there's a few empty seats in
there'll
like...
be bad shows.
Yeah.
They won't be as good.
Everybody be like,
I
guess comedians just bomb? Is that what it is? But they'll have gotten used to it from watching us all perform on Zoom. So they'll be like, yeah,
I know.
They bomb.
Have you guys done one of those yet?
No, have you?
No.
I'm gearing up to do one this Saturday, because you know why? They're not advertising it. I'm just going to do a guest set. You know how they're doing like headlining sets on some of these places.
I know.
So I found one that I was like, I'll do 5 to 10 minutes. Like, literally, I'm scared to do 5 minutes. Like, what? I don't even recognize it makes me feel, honestly, 17 again. Like, when I first, like, not that young, but like when I first started stand up, and I was like, whoa, 5 minutes. Like, there's like an excitement to it of like, what do I write about? Like, what am I going to say? Like, it's making me, I don't remember any of my jokes.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
Wait, do you see yourself when you're looking
You
at
see
it?
yourself, yeah. You watch
That's
yourself
so
bomb.
distracting.
Oh, it's gonna be awful, but I'm doing it because it scares me and because it's just like it'll be a good story.
That's cool,
If it's
Nikki.
terrible, it'll be a bad. I
You're
want to
so
feel
good.
something again.
Yeah, and you're so good. It's like you're gonna be great.
Well, you also have an advantage, I think, for the format, Nikki, which is you have set up punchline jokes a lot of your material. So I feel like that works. Maybe that's good because at least like
Yeah, but
there's
so do
not-
you guys. You could do
Yeah,
that too.
But
Wait, Nikki, do you think stand-up's just over?
I don't.
Kind of, dude. Like I'm just like, what? I gotta figure out how to exist without it because it's so weird. Isn't it weird that like we always thought no matter what that was the one we'd always have?
I know. I know. That's what we were like laughing our way to the bank with. Like, ha ha ha. You fools are out here auditioning. We'll just be on the road, bitch. It's like, no.
Yep. And now it's just, I mean, what, Natasha, congratulations on having a hit show during the worst time. Like when that's gotta feel pretty good right now, right?
Oh yeah, people are watching our show Broke on CBS. Yeah. And yeah. And you have a show too, Nikki. Aren't you writing
Don't
a
deflect,
show?
Natasha. You bask in
No,
that
it's like so
compliment.
exciting, like to have to even I mean, I'm sure your listeners are savvy enough to know, but like the odds of getting a pilot alone are like so small, and then having that pilot get made and then test well and then get shot are so small, and then lasting and being a hit. It's like seriously, it's incredible, and I'm so happy for you. And I saw the
Thank
first
you.
episode. You were amazing.
Thank you, Nikki. You're so sweet.
Instantly knew your character. Knew that I wanted to follow this girl on a journey. Was different than the Natasha like I know in real life. So it was like someone that I can tell you really put some thought into her. I loved it.
Do you know who
So,
else is
thank
pretty happy
you.
about this whole situation? The stand-up comedian that lives with the woman on the hit CBS sitcom.
I mean, you're no dummy. You married a talented ass lady.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's nice.
I have a feeling that your bunker man is coming, and he will build
Yeah,
you.
he's coming.
He'll
Bunker
build you
man.
the bunker of your dreams. Nikki,
Thank you.
do you want to do a call or two with us?
Yes.
Let's do it.
Right now, it's a difficult time for everybody out there regarding employment. And so if you're hiring, you want to make that hiring process as quick as possible to get people in the positions that they need to be in. That's where ZipRecruiter comes in.
Today, hiring can be easy, and you only have to go to one place to get it done. That's ziprecruiter.com/honeymoon.
That's right. If you have a difficult role to fill, no matter what your industry, hire with ZipRecruiter. And now you can try ZipRecruiter for free at ziprecruiter.com/honeymoon.
ZipRecruiter is so effective that 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day.
To try ZipRecruiter for free, my listeners can go to ziprecruiter.com/honeymoon. That's ziprecruiter.com/honeymoon. HONEYMOON. ZipRecruiter.com/honeymoon.
ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire.
Hey, Tosh.
Yeah, Moshe?
I notice you're wearing slippers.
Yes, I'm sorry. I'm always wearing slippers now.
But when you're not wearing slippers, you are wearing a really smart pair of shoes.
Oh, you like my Rothy's?
I love your Rothy's, and I wanted you to talk about them.
Rothy's shoes are incredibly comfortable with 0 break-in period thanks to their seamlessly knit design. With many chic styles to choose from, Rothy's shoes are the perfect pair for any adventure, but the thing that I'm not saying yet that's the coolest thing about them is they are made out of recycled water bottles.
That's right. This company actually cares about the earth and about their mission as a company. In fact, in these unusual times, Rothy's hopes to brighten your day with beautiful, sustainable products and content.
One Yahoo editor recently called them the most comfortable flats I've ever owned.
And are they comfortable, Natasha?
Extremely.
Well, beautiful. If you want to check out their amazing shoes and bags, they're making bags now, also out of recycled water bottles, you can go to rothys.com/honeymoon.
Rothy's has kept 50 million single-use plastic bottles out of landfills and transformed them into their signature thread, which is then knit into beautiful, sustainable products.
I genuinely think that that's an awesome thing to do,
It's
to
really
see
cool.
a problem and to turn it into something that is beautiful and sustainable.
So-
So go to rothys.com/honeymoon.
Check out all the amazing shoes and bags available right now at rothys.com/honeymoon.
rothys.com/honeymoon.
We're going to call Cameron in Toronto.
Hello?
Hello?
Hi, Cameron.
Hello?
Cameron.
Hi.
Hi, Cameron. It's Moshe Kasher
And Natasha Leggero.
and our friend Nikki Glaser. How are you?
How's it going? Hi.
Good. Nikki, are you there?
Yes. Hello.
Yes, we got it. We're
Cameron
going.
in Toronto.
Cameron
Hello,
in
young.
the tea. How you doing?
Good, good.
What's
I'm
going
just,
on?
living like everyone else is, trying day by day.
Well, why'd you contact us? Well, how can we help you live better?
Well, I wanted to just chat because I feel like my quarantine, even though it's been positive, because I'm kind of a positive person, I like to think, has had like a bit of a weirder shakeup than most. It like started on April Fool's getting laid off, which was hilarious. Good joke. And now April's ending with me getting broken up over a video chat, which was funny as well.
Oh, God.
Oh, man.
Cameron.
Are you quarantining by yourself?
I'm with my mom.
When you got broken up with, who left the meeting first on Zoom?
Great
you know
question,
how it's
Nikki.
like, honestly, like, which one of you, like, do you remember?
I don't even think I remember. It was like just because it was so weird and it lasted so long. It was 5 hours.
Five? You
Wow.
got 5-hour breakup on Zoom?
Yeah, it was kind of
That sounds maybe like the worst thing I've ever heard.
I mean, can you imagine though this person like going to Zoom and setting up an appointment, like getting the URL, sending it to you, Cameron?
Did you take bathroom breaks? Did you go like, to be honest, I like just crying, and then you're like, can you just hold like it'll be like 30 seconds, I swear.
I do want to work
Just
through
run
this.
off crying.
Oh, Cameron.
by hour 3 it just kind of got strange. It was just like a lot of like dead air.
Wait, why were you?
That was really-
Why'd you stick with it if there was so much dead air? Because you wanted to be with this person?
No, it was just he just wasn't. It was like a back and forth, and I was just waiting for him to make a decision because he was just kind of like, I don't know. And then I was like, well, I invited him to stay with us because we were like wanted to work it out, figure out if that's why, if we just because we
That's
hadn't
so
seen each
weird
other the whole
that-
time.
Wait, he didn't want to come quarantine with you and your mom?
He wanted to break up.
I mean, they just wait. How long have you been together?
3.5 years.
Oh my
Oh,
God, this
wow.
is big, Cameron.
Yeah, so that's why I was just kind of like, am I crazy for thinking that, like, because I know it's probably better to be distant, but also like we knew each other for so long that I knew that I was fine, he was fine.
Yeah.
Well, my question, Cameron, is when you were with someone for 3.5 years and then COVID-19 hit and you were like, okay, 3.5 year, ready to get married time level of dating person, would you like to quarantine with me? And he was like, I'm actually gonna probably just stay in my apartment. It seems like the writing was maybe on the wall at that point. You didn't need the Zoom, I'm saying.
Well, it's just funny because now I'm like talking to friends about it because I don't want to be that annoying friend being like, help me through this, but like I need the distraction. And everyone's kind of like, well, we kind of like saw that you were kind of not being treated as best as you could have. And I was like, oh, well, now I guess at least I saw it for myself.
So what exactly are you asking?
I just wanted to know like what you guys thought of the situation, and it's like, especially because with it being quarantine time, I'm not really finding the best way to like get the energy out because you can't really do anything, and so I'm just kind of
Sexually?
like, no, just like if I feel happy, sad, distracted, if I like want to like just go crazy, rage all over the place, I can't really do that inside. So I'm just trying to
Cameron,
think of ways to.
What were you doing? Like, do you just want to do some Tai Chi in the park again? Like, what are you missing out on that you were really, were you doing? Are you an active kickboxer?
Cameron, were you just kind of bored and lonely and wanted to talk to some minor celebrities? That's what I'm picking up here. Oh,
No, but
Sure, take that. Sure.
Yeah.
I mean, it sucks. We're all kind of, not having the greatest time, and this is a hard time for everybody. And I think, everyone's got their own quarantine level. Nikki is also with her mom quarantining right now, and that's definitely a different level than single, and it's a way different level than like having kids. You know what I mean? Like everyone's got their own kind of journey on this, and I think it's good to just use this as a time to try to get your priorities, think about what's really important to you, and take care of yourself, and I don't know,
be gentle with yourself. That's been the biggest thing I've been doing during this quarantine and learned, and it's really helped me, is accepting however you're feeling in that moment, like trying to cut through it when you're depressed or you're anxious, and try to cut through it and be like, okay, how are you feeling? Okay, acknowledge that you're feeling this way, and then try to just have a little bit of compassion for yourself and just be like, oh, that's sad that you're feeling anxious. Poor you. And just be nice to yourself instead of beating yourself up, because we're just we're getting beat up all day long with this. Well, it's just like, don't add to it in your own head.
I totally agree with Nikki and with Natasha. And I was thinking, like, while I was listening to, like, there's two ways to interpret a thing like this happening to you at this time. I got fired and I got broken up with. And I'm trapped in quarantine. You can think, oh my God, why me? Why did all this happen to me at once? Which is a fair and legitimate position. It is fucked up that you have to do all this stuff at once. But there's another way to sort of lean your focus towards, which is, if I'm gonna go through this crazy period of, reorienting my priorities and my entire life, I might as well get fully all the way down to the bare bones of who I am. Get rid of the job, get rid of the boyfriend, get rid of everything, and then when I emerge from this thing, so in some ways you could think, well, this is you can look at it as an opportunity, like, wow, what am I going to become?
Like a reset.
Exactly.
And you have such a sweet laugh. You sound like you have a very positive attitude. You just have to really find the things that make you laugh all day too, I think.
Right. And
yes.
That's what I hope I can give out. That's what I try to give out.
And listen, if you get too horny, I just decided to start an OnlyFans based on the inspiration that Nikki Glaser gave me. So we can chat, you can cam in, and you can get some of that energy out. Your mom's already a subscriber, so it's going to be you can get a family plan.
Okay, well, listen, it was really nice talking to you, Cameron, and you're really cute, and let us know if anything looks up.
Yeah, we wish you luck.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys. Thank you so much.
Okay, talk to you soon. Bye-bye. Nikki.
Yeah.
You got one more call in you?
Yeah.
Awesome. Because that wasn't a real call anyway.
But also, my kids stopped crying, so now I'm happy.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, good.
At a certain point, I was just like, do you need advice or...
But Nikki, really, it's so good to talk to you. I feel like I'm learning a lot tonight.
Well,
mean, I am so happy to talk to you guys. Like, I miss you.
We miss you too. But you're right, though. What you said to him was right. And like, we're all... that's what's so crazy to me right now, is that everyone on Earth that isn't in super desperate financial dire straits is having an experience of like, what is valuable to me? Who am I? What do I want to become? What is the next thing of me-ness going to be? And I think that's a really powerful kind of global energy that's happening.
Yes.
And you have to keep a positive attitude, I think, if you can, or at least try to keep your perspective on not be victimized.
Right.
If you can.
Right. I've been just saying okay, instead of being like, oh, my tour, I was supposed to do all these dates, be like, that tour was never meant to happen. It was never going to happen. And it's the way it is. Mm-hmm. Like, don't act like that's money you missed out on, because it was never to be yours. This was always the way it was planned. It's kind of like thinking there's like a God or some kind of
right.
Plan. But I don't believe there's a plan as much as it's going to happen the way it happens, and there's just no other way. So just roll with it.
It's just bigger than us. It's like the Brontos.
Yes.
It's like the Brontosaurus looking up at the asteroid coming towards him and going, "Oh, my leafy plants. I was planning on eating all of those." It's like, well,
I know
there were bigger things going on.
people always said, like, when I would say, I think we'll see the end of the world in our lifetime, people are always like, Nikki, that's so, like, everyone thinks that and it never happens. And it's like, well, someone's gonna be right. You know, like at some point, humans will see it. And like, why can't it be me? I don't know.
Why
Wait,
not
I have
me?
a question, Nikki, really quickly. You said that you were planning for this. Like, why? What did you think was going to happen?
I thought it was going to be more like catastrophic climate, like change, or, you know, like an asteroid, a super volcano, just weather getting, like, we're all going to, I pictured just dying in some kind of like catastrophic tornado that happens in like the winter. You know, like some
Wait,
new weather phenomenon.
A super tornado that
tsunami.
ends human life?
Yeah,
That
like
is such
when
a-
I'm in Minneapolis at the Mall of America.
That is such a dedicated tornado. It's got to get all of the people in its cycle. And it's like just hanging out, going back and forth, looking for folks. Yeah, I know what you
Yes.
mean.
Isn't that the Book of Revelations or something?
It's something.
I
think
didn't
it's the
even
Wizard
think of a
Oz.
pandemic.
Yeah.
I really didn't.
You want to hear
I
something?
thought of a tidal wave.
You want to hear
tidal
something?
waves.
You want to hear something spooky, Nikki? Natasha knows this. I took a book out. I went to try to sell another book a year and a half ago, and it was all about it was like the Cuck's Guide to Surviving the End of the World, right? So it's like an apocalyptic survival guide for like the NPR listening, weekly, right? And the sample chapter that I wrote and turned in was about pandemics. And like, if you had read it at the time I turned it in, you would have been like, this is terrifying. I can't believe this. And if you read it now, everybody on Earth is like, yeah, no, I know every bit of information in there. So it's like,
you had researched it. You knew.
I knew that this was definitely 100% going to happen. And
oh my God.
and I knew also that before this all happened, 98% of epidemiologists, they did some sort of study, had said that it was probably going to happen in our lifetimes because it had been so long. It had been 100 years. It had been since 1918. So like, pandemics will never ever stop. They will always come. There's no way to ever stop them because viruses will always mutate. And, like, we've been through this before. We will go through this again. This isn't the end of the world, that's for sure.
It's just such bad timing with Trump. It's just such, like, that this lined up with also that. It's like,
I know.
It's not a good 1-2 punch.
And your tour. That's a knockout.
And my tour. My first theater tour.
Dude, Nikki, we had a tour scheduled as well. And we did half of one date.
Oh my God.
I went and did it, and Natasha canceled. That's how close to the pandemic it was.
Oh no, that's wild.
But you're gonna tour theaters again, Nikki.
Yeah, you'll be good.
You're a
You'll-
star.
I mean, like, okay, well, if we don't, I'll find a way. We'll all be okay, just like Cameron in Toronto.
Exactly. Well, speaking of Cameron in Toronto, let's call the new Cameron. It's
Hunter in Austin.
In Austin, Texas.
Ooh.
Hello.
Hunter?
Hunter.
Yes.
Hunter, I got to be honest with you. When I heard Hunter in Texas, I expected a big old strapping cowboy.
Yeah, I know. You're not the first. This is the life that I've been given, and this is the life I have to live. So
That's what we were just talking
Wait,
about.
Hunter, that's Nikki Glaser laughing.
Acceptance.
Yes. Oh, that's Nikki Glaser.
Hi, Hunter.
So it's
hello.
Natasha, Moshe, and Nikki.
How you doing?
Good. I mean, whatever. I don't know. I'm fine.
I'm fine. Why are you asking me? It is so fascinating to me to listen to podcasts that are happening where people are calling people in the pandemic because everyone has like a common thing right now. Like everyone in the world right now is going through the same thing.
Yeah, it's
That's
wild.
never happened before.
Yeah.
Or I mean, in
Not
my
since
lifetime.
the last episode of Friends have we all shared
Oh my
a general
gosh.
malaise.
Truly, I know. It's
Okay,
weird.
so
Well,
anyway,
fine.
you're okay. You're doing fine.
But you did call us, so tell us why.
Yes. Okay. So, Moshe, I'm sorry you're not gonna like this, but
Okay. You hate Jews?
I'm about to talk about my boyfriend playing too many video games.
Oh, I can't hear you. You're actually breaking up right now. All right.
Oh,
maybe a
really?
different
Okay,
episode, maybe a
okay.
different time. Go ahead.
Sorry.
Hunter.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Thank you. So we've been together for about 3.5 years. And our relationship is great. I think, whatever. But this video game situation has just always been a point of contention. And I'd like to clarify that he doesn't play video games. He plays PC computer games, which is like 100 times worse. Thank you for knowing why it's so much worse.
Why? Why? Please explain it to me.
Okay. It's just inherently
The dork factor.
dorkier.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like just worse.
You have to use a mouse.
Yes. There's like no chance he's playing like, some football or hockey situation. He's like always a character. I don't know. He's often a character named Caitlin, which like whatever gender norms, who cares? But like what is that? Like I don't understand.
Okay, let me
but
just
whatever.
understand. How many hours a day?
Okay, so we go through like peaks and valleys, but
Caitlin goes through peaks and valleys and kingdoms and fjords, streams, and finds the talisman of Arachnar.
yeah. So, I mean, obviously it's worse right now because of quarantine, which I fully understand. People need an escape. He's showing me lots of articles from experts that are saying that video games are a beautiful escape. I don't care. It's like not. I don't.
The only time he's
like, not
spending with
into
you,
it.
he's like showing you articles about why
Totally.
gaming's okay.
The only time he logs off is to Google articles that make video games okay.
Right, I know. It's like I don't.
She's like, babe, stop playing. And he's like, I'm not. I'm Googling articles about how playing is saving our relationship.
Yeah, like, I'm trying to prove you wrong, so just calm down. Okay.
So he plays a lot more. What is the game that he's playing?
He plays League of Legends, which I hate that I even know what that is.
Of course
I shouldn't.
you do, though. You share a
Wait,
space
but you
with
still
him.
haven't told me because like Moshe's trying to not talk about how many hours because I know what I know what you play a day, so I know what's
What
like
do you think I play a day? I don't play that much a day.
3,
Probably less. Probably 2 a day. 2 hours a day.
5.
No way.
That's the same amount. 2 and 3, that's the same amount.
No, that's what 3 is actually one more than 2.
Well, how much does your
Okay.
boyfriend do?
Okay, so at the moment, I would say probably between 3 and 4, which is arguably more than 2 or 3.
That's more than
Right.
or that's more
Yeah.
than
Yes. Yes.
It's
Which
it's Moshe, not Duncan. It's Moshe. Yeah, she's mistaking me for her ex-boyfriend
What
Duncan
a
Trussell.
slip! What a
No,
slip!
I was talking to Duncan today. So, well, he also played video games.
That is
so-
100%. It's all in the Matrix. It's all in the
Listen,
Matrix.
it was just a slip, Ari. It wasn't a big deal.
Okay.
gosh.
Anyway,
No
I-
meaning behind it.
No. Trust me, I'm not filing divorce paperwork right now.
no, but you guys have to understand video
No,
games.
you don't. No, you got to understand. And Nikki, you have to understand this too. Ari, Duncan, and I, we're all in a group called the League of Legends, and it's a group that comes together to celebrate our mutual love for Natasha Leggero.
Okay, so, but here's the thing. Like, I think that you got to kind of just relax. So that's not that much. If Moshe played 2 more hours a day,
What was the answer? I was distracted by you
she
calling out
said
the name of your
she
ex-lover.
said 3 to 4 as opposed to 2 to 3.
3 to 4 is not so
four
bad.
is too much. Four
Yes.
is too.
It
4
is.
is too much of anything. Like no one should be doing anything for 4 hours a day.
Yeah.
You're right.
Right, that is true, isn't
I
it?
really don't think. I think that's too long for anything besides sleep.
Right. No, that's a fair point. I'm
Right?
also I'm looking at the game right now. and-
Yes.
And I hear what you're saying. This is pretty high level dork. Like this is pretty intense.
Yeah.
But you're right. You're right. He needs an escape, but you need a boyfriend who isn't missing on the fields of Ararar or whatever magical kingdom he's in, right? You need to find a balance.
Yes, and we've like chatted about that. So I guess it's less about like I'm not trying to be the girlfriend who's like stop playing video games, whatever. I'm feeling like over the 3.5 years, this is a conversation that we've had to have like many times of like you're playing too much, arguably like you're using it as an escape from like your real life outside of the quarantine. And you're not like dealing with the fact that you had a bad day today. You're like not dealing with the fact that like your parents are shitty to you sometimes. Like, just like stuff that happens in life. And he'll just like escape into this video game and then never deal with those things.
But that's not your problem.
Well, it becomes my problem when he's just like a dick to be around.
Well, that's totally different. I mean, if he's a dick to be around, that's a very different conversation than he's, what was the woman's name? Camille? What's the character's name? Caitlin, a little too often. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Right.
Like, those are separate. If the video games are connected to him becoming a jerk, or that then no, you
Yeah,
don't
when is he
ever.
a jerk?
So I feel like, so I mean, I would say he like has some depressive tendencies, and I think that this like pulls him deeper into that. So that's kind of how I'm feeling like I understand the escape. I understand the escape for a little bit, but when it's like all that you do and you never really sort of come out of the other side of these sort of like, bad feelings, it's just sort of, I don't know, it's like borderline like addiction, crutch. I don't really know.
Well, it just sounds like you guys are on like we were talking about this before, actually, like dealing with people who don't know what they're going through and can't even acknowledge that they might need help or like need to talk to someone or do something to better themselves mentally.
Mhm.
And you can see that so clearly, but until he sees it, he's not going to do anything, but you're trying to get him to see it. And it's kind of like what do you guys think? Isn't that what we're dealing with here a little bit?
Exactly. And it's like you might not be, maybe after this quarantine, he might not be the right person for you. Maybe you don't like that he's not brave enough or
Well, he's actually got +4 bravery, but he just got that yesterday.
well, if he just wants to
He picked up a new shield yesterday.
That's right.
So.
You think he's not brave?
But-
you
but
should see
he-
how he handles a dragon battle.
But like you said, it's all about percentages. So if he's 65% wanting to just like, hide his feelings and hide into and kind of regress and not, move forward in life, like maybe that's something that's a metaphor for him. Maybe he's not the right person to grow with you.
Well, listen, I agree with what Nikki and Natasha are saying, but I would put a little bit of a caveat in it, which is that we're all in the middle. We just started this conversation saying that everybody on Earth is going through the exact same thing and having the exact same experience, and that goes for your partner. And we've had enough calls at this point to realize that everybody who had vice is now indulging in that vice 20 to 60% more than they did before everything shut down. And so reacting to this situation that your boyfriend's in the middle of as if this is the way he is not, it probably is not realistic. And maybe the way he is in normal life is something that isn't acceptable to you, that he is retreating from his feelings and you're not getting what you need. But I would just give him that little bit of comfort to say, well, this isn't really him. This is Caitlin. You know what I mean? Like, this is quarantine Caitlin, and like right now he's indulging in this because he, like everybody else, needs a little bit more comfort and a little bit more escape.
But I will say that Moshe, who does 2 to 3 hours, so he's on the lower side of that. He also does a lot of really cool things with me and our family, and he has dinner with us every night, and he cooks dinner for us every night, and we have try to have coffee together every morning, and he like does things for me, and it's like there's a balance.
Yeah,
and watches the kid all the time.
No, I'd love to. Like, I want to say one more thing, and I want to hear what Nikki has to say. I also think that like having the conversation, don't play so many video games over and over again. You already know what you're going to get out of that conversation. You've already had it so many times. Maybe the conversation can change to like, hey, let's do this. Hey, I need this. Hey, let's have it be a positive thing that he can walk towards, rather than shaking your sword at him and telling him to stop. Nikki?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's just there's no like changing him or getting. I love what Moshe said. I love what both Natasha and Moshe said too. Of like, it's a combo of like, yeah, this is going to bring up some things that maybe you need to look closer at, but also let's cut everyone some slack right now and realize these things are being exacerbated by the situation. So, but like you called a show asking for advice about a thing that is a problem enough. Like it deserves some attention, and so do you. But like, just let go of trying to control him, because that's just not going to make things happen. really try to let go of that.
Yeah,
but that's easier said.
You can even think of one thing that you need from him. Like, let's do like Wednesday nights or whatever you want. You know, like we watch a movie together in bed. We have dinner. It's like our date night, quarantine date night or whatever.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah, that's really
We have
nice.
had that conversation because we're reacting to this like, I mean, couldn't be more different. Like he's basically just like, all I want is space. And it's like, yeah, I mean, literally everybody, but we're trapped in an apartment together.
Right.
And then I am, I mean, basically just like wanting to like fall into him and be like, this is like, I just want to be with the person that I like love and care about.
But what about
and
once
so we
a
did
week?
have that conversation. And so we did, it was like once a week I'll go and like, I think it was like twice a week I'll go out into the world and he'll just like have the space to himself. And then twice a week, like he won't touch the computer and like we will hang together.
Yes.
Which is great. But
That-
I'm having a hard time like keeping that momentum going. Like it kind of feels like, you know, once I like give him an inch, he kind of like takes a mile in terms of like, okay, well, it's like, he's like, I know
I was
it's
good
Wednesday.
yesterday, and so now today I get to be, but I get to play more.
Right.
Kind of, yeah. Or like, you know,
I
some
don't
Wednesday that
like
we agree,
that.
it's like, I don't either, Natasha. I mean,
No, but you know, like Nikki said at the beginning of this call, you have to be gentle not only on him but on yourself. Like on both of you, you need him more than you did a month and a half ago, and he needs space more than he did a month and a half ago. And maybe this is temporary, and maybe it isn't. But guaranteed, you're gonna figure out if this is a unworkable, broken situation, or if you guys are just indulging.
Do you have a League of Legends? Like, do you have a thing that you're like that into that like helps you escape? Do you have a drug?
Good question.
I mean, I guess it's.
Are you just like sitting around bored when he's doing this and like, God, I wish he could hang out with me. Like, I want to talk to someone. Like, are you missing out on being with him when he's doing that, or is it just annoying because it's like a bad habit that's making him more depressed?
No, I feel like I am just always kind of like waiting for him to like be ready to hang with me, which is
Right.
not awesome.
Not good.
But yeah, I mean,
No.
that's
But
my
do you have
issue, and I
what
need
Nikki
to-
said?
So what's tough is like I really like to like go thrifting and like go to like flea markets and like go out and do stuff. So now like my whole reality's kind of shifted and like what do I do just like stuck in my apartment all day? I don't like have those patterns established the way he does,
So
which is also tough.
I'm hearing right now, I think, like the fundamental problem, and I'm doing this totally from man perspective. You know,
Okay.
like he's got this. I'm not taking away from any of the things you're saying. They're all real. You know, he runs from his problems. He goes into the League of Legends instead of facing his problems. Blah blah blah. But also hearing you say that you're just sitting. You need to fall into him, and you're just sitting in your apartment waiting for him to log off so that you can drink his life force. Like
Yeah.
that's part of him going like, well, maybe I'll just stay on for 25 more minutes. Like not
Yeah.
on. So it's like. You guys have the opposite problem. You need him all the time, and that makes him run away. And he runs away, and that makes you need him
So
more.
what does she do?
Well, she's got what Nikki was sort of, I think, intimating is like not only do you have to set some boundaries and say I need this from you, but also find something that makes you feel alive other than him, because
Yes.
he's just some guy playing a video game. Like he can't fill you up. You know what I mean? Like if we've learned anything,
Yes.
Just Caitlin.
he's just Caitlin. He's not even a guy.
Yeah, you need to find your Kevin.
That's right.
Your
Find-
inner
Oh.
Kevin.
Maybe
Okay.
it's something online.
Yeah, you need to get into something. You need to get into your own thing.
I agree
I think-
totally
No,
with
what?
that.
I'm not trying to bake bread.
Well, don't bake
I know.
bread.
Don't do that. Don't do that. But
Find
there's got to be something.
Find
It's
your
hard
Kevin.
though. I really I have no hobbies and I struggle with it. But like I've gotten back into reading and that's become like my kind of like a little treat for myself. Like I kind of can disappear into a book and
Yep.
Mhm.
they used to tell you in 5th grade like reading takes you to a new world. I'm like, oh my God, it
Yeah, reading
does.
rainbow.
I know.
No,
Yeah, it's actually really good.
Natasha, you've been reading a ton. I've been reading, and it's like breaking the internet cycle, breaking the wanting your boyfriend cycle, and finding something that makes you feel whole and edified. It is possible. You just have to you have to stop playing the same narrative, which is if only he would pay more attention to me, I wouldn't be so bored and so lonely in this pandemic. It's like you got to go find it for yourself. And if that doesn't work, if you find it, he still doesn't pay attention to you, then go on Amazon and buy one of those elven ear, like the rubber elven ears, and I guarantee
Yes,
he'll give you all
role
the attention
play.
you want.
Okay.
He loves role playing.
Backup plan. Yeah.
Okay. Good luck, honey.
Yeah, we wish you
Thank
luck.
you so much.
Hang
Thank you.
in
Yeah.
there.
Also, good luck to all of y'all being safe and happy.
Thank you very
Thanks.
much.
Thank
We
you.
like
Stand
you. We
up's
think
dead.
you're cool. Bye.
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 Nikki,
Thank you so much.
yeah, you're
Guys.
awesome.
That was so funny.
That was so fun.
You're the best, Nikki. We miss you.
You're the best. You guys are really. It was such a joy. I really feel like I reached out because I wanted to hang out with you guys. So that was just what I needed. I loved it.
And you're doing your
Thanks for
show.
having me.
You're doing your show now, right? Your radio show too.
Yeah, my radio show is we're kind of wrapping up. Next week is our last week. My contract's over at Sirius. So
Oh,
unless a deal is made, it'll be my last week next week.
I
So,
love your show.
Yeah, me
Thank
too.
you. Yeah, I want to.
You Up with Nikki Glaser.
Yeah, it's on Sirius. If you have a rental car, check it out.
And if you
Channel 95.
If you haven't checked out Nikki's stand-up, you definitely should. She's one of the best. She's hilarious, and you'll get a real time capsule of what it was like when Nikki still did stand-up, when any of us still were able to do stand-up. But,
I know we were the last ones.
Wait, and can't we catch you on Zoom soon?
yeah.
Yeah, no, I'm not telling anyone where I'm going up. I'm just doing it.
Wait,
and,
I don't even know what this stuff is.
Who even knows?
Okay, all right.
We lived through 2 booms though, right? We started
Yeah,
comedy.
well, we were so lucky
I
to
know.
be doing stand up when it was so cool
I
and
know.
the best thing to do.
And
I mean,
now-
it was
we
it
had
was the greatest.
We had the comedy boom, and now we're in the middle of the Zoom boom.
Yep.
Oh my God! All
Zoom.
right.
Well,
Bye,
guys.
We'll see you out there. Bye.
Hey, Nikki, thank you. Thanks for joining us.
Talk to you
Thank you.
soon.
Oh
Nikki
my
Glaser,
gosh.
ladies and
Anytime.
gentlemen.
Bye.
Okay, bye.
That was nice, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I love Nikki. She's it feels like talking to an old friend because that's what it is. And speaking of talking to an old friend, what if we're running a little short of time here, but you want to do 2 or 3 secrets and then we'll call it a night?
I just want to know if my baby's still crying. Okay, I'll do 2.
Hey, Moshe and Natasha. I was a caller on one of your episodes from November and talked to you about being financially stuck in an emotionally abusive relationship and just wanted to give you an update. I ended up joining a BDSM dating site as a dominatrix, and then I ended up meeting my new boyfriend off of there. And I told him about my situation, and then we moved in together by the end of December. And my ex was still harassing me until the beginning of March, and even showed up at my work unannounced, and we had to call the cops on him. But since then, he's left me alone, and I'm happy to be quarantined with my new love instead of that terrible situation I was in. So that's my life so far, and love the show, and thanks for the advice.
I bet I told her to break up with him.
I think you did. I remember this call.
I don't.
I think I remember her. I think she was somebody that was in a bad relationship, but that couldn't afford to move out. And did she say it was abusive? Emotionally abusive? How beautiful is that?
And now
empowerment.
she's
she joined a
quarantining with her.
BDSM thing, and she said, "Actually, I'm going to be a dominatrix. I'm the abuser. I'll abuse you now." And there was a little stuck cum pig out there that wanted nothing more than to be abused by this woman, and now they're happily in love. Let's play another secret.
Hi, it is 2 a.m. and I just remembered this. I have a lot more sinister secrets that I really don't think I should share just yet because I'm not ready to face the judgment. But I just remembered that my first year of college, I almost joined a coven full of emo white boys and this girl that walked around the campus with no shoes on. I don't know where I was at in life to think that was okay, but I went to one of their little meetings and then I was done with that. But yeah, witchcraft is kind of cool though, but that was horrible. Okay, bye.
Wait, there's college covens? Because there was like the indie, there was like always like people who were like the stoners, and then the real
jocks
indie
and the frat boys.
Yeah, like and all the different sports were divided. It was very divided. The art students were like way cooler than the theater students. Theater students were like always giving each other back rubs and like
Right.
but the art students were like cool.
Yeah,
But
that's a whole
there's a
other
coven.
level. Another level of hipsterdom is coven. It's like I was in the Eye of Newt way before it was cool.
I would rather join a coven than a sorority.
Yeah, I would too. My only concern with that call is not the coven thing. It's that they were like, I have some really sinister secrets, but I won't tell you those. I'll tell you this one, though. I almost joined a coven. If coven is your least sinister, where are we going from there? Please call us back and leave some secrets. We'd love to hear the more sinister ones. And if you would like to leave a secret, you can call us on our secrets hotline, 213-222-8608. We also have
a new Instagram page, so follow us. And if it's at Endless Honeymoon Pod. And if you know someone who is quarantining and is going through something similar to any calls, at them, tag them, let them hear it, share the love.
Go to our YouTube page. That's youtube.com/endlesshoneymoon and subscribe there. We've got tons of content. Content is king in these days. 5-star the podcast.
Well, I just like it
because
it's an easy way to listen to a podcast. I love listening to podcasts on YouTube.
Anyway, we're really feeling the love from you guys. We constantly are getting messages on Instagram and stuff like that. And we love that. We love that. So email us, endlesshoneymoonpod@gmail.com if you'd like to be on the show. And until that point that you are, stay safe. Don't get COVID. We love you. And I love you.
I love you too.